We're in Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada, and we're of course going to find some food that's going to change your life. Come on. Rosemary's Restaurant, Las Vegas, Nevada, and we're going to find some food that's going to change your life. Hey, we're here with Michael Jordan of Rosemary's Restaurant here in Las Vegas. We have heard about your restaurant, looked up the top 10 restaurants in Las Vegas, and of course Rosemary's came up. Tell us about Rosemary's. When did you start it? How long has it been around?
We are about to celebrate our 11th year.
Okay.
So we've been open 10 plus, and me and my wife came here from New Orleans. We were living in New Orleans, and I was transferred out here to open a restaurant in the MGM Grand.
Okay.
And at the time, we were both just at that point in our lives where we were either gonna go open up our own place or never do it.
Okay.
You know? So we decided to take the plunge.
It is off the strip, about 8 or 10 miles off the strip, I guess.
8.5 miles.
8.5 miles off the strip. Definitely worth the drive out here. Grab a cab. They know exactly where this place is, and they'll take you right here to Rosemary's. Tell me about some of the cuisine you have here, Michael. What do you guys specialize in?
Well, a lot of our food is, we always say, you know, the menu's kind of the story of our lives. So the food is very reflective on where we've traveled, where we've been. I mean, even we came from New Orleans, but I grew up in the Midwest, and my wife is from Mississippi via Texas. Living in New Orleans, of course, we have a lot of Creole that actually goes on. It's like the bread is a Midwest potato roll that I grew up with. We've got my wife's stepfather's barbecued shrimp with the Maytag blue cheese coleslaw that's become a signature of the dish, or the restaurant, so to speak. So yeah, a lot of it is, I mean, it's very French in our technique. We definitely practice the French style, but we call it French-influenced American. Okay. Which means once you use the word American, it means you can do whatever you want.
That's exactly right.
So it's a lot. It's very personal, but it's also, we change the menu with specials every single day. Okay. So we try to really stay with the seasons and be creative, and always try to have new things coming out of the restaurant at all times.
Tell us about the dishes that we had tonight. How were they prepared?
Well, you also had tonight, you had the Parmesan souffle, which is a twice-baked souffle. We initially bake a souffle that has a little bit of bechamel and flour to hold it together. We then let that completely cool, put that into a ramekin, unmold it, pour over a little garlic cream sauce with more cheese, and then you put it back into the oven and it repuffs. And it is, especially with the Parmesan and the garlic, just very subtle, very sexy, as I like to say. The pork chop is it's symbolic of the South once again, because with that dish we have Hoppin' John. And Hoppin' John is the rice and black-eyed peas, very symbolic of the South. Yes. And has a Creole mustard reduction sauce, and we use Zatarain's Creole mustard, which is, we bring it in from New Orleans. It is the Creole mustard of New Orleans. Gotcha. And, you know, once again, the pork chop is a double-cut pork chop from my home state of Iowa. Filet is just a real solid classic filet. We cut a center-cut 8-ounce. We grill asparagus underneath. We make some souffle potatoes, which are quenelles of potato puree spiked with a little bit of horseradish. And then we have a brandy green peppercorn sauce that goes underneath. So more of kind of a bow to that classical French school of thought. The soup is the cauliflower soup, and you know, our soups, I try to focus on the flavor of the ingredient. You know, so I mean, if it's cauliflower soup, you should just get this beautiful essence of the cauliflower. You know, we don't want to mask it and start adding cheese and all these other things to it. So we really kind of let the soups shine, but then to fancy it up a little bit, we add a little truffle oil.
Okay.
We add a little Parmigiano cheese, and then we make potato chips from fingerling potatoes and garnish those over the top.
They've got a spectacular wine list here.
We
I'm
try to
just looking
focus
right
on
back
the wine,
here, and
yep.
yeah, you guys have got a great selection of wine.
You'll notice on your menu we give a recommendation for each dish. We recommend a wine, and then we also recommend a beer.
Awesome staff here. We walked in tonight. Everyone was very courteous. You know, pulling our chair out for us is very, very professional. And it was just awesome to be able to sit down and look around. The atmosphere is wonderful here, and this is a treat for anyone to come to Rosemary's and have some of Michael and Wendy's food. Michael, thank you very much for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you.